the Hockenheim ring.
Good evening, guys, and welcome to the XRL Racing League German Grand Prix with myself and Pete Marcroft in the stream tonight. Around Hungary, and this week's Pirelli tyre choices are the soft and medium compound tyre. Obviously, the intermediates and wets are already there. Good evening, Pete. How's it been going today?
That's been okay, Dan. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting race to keep an eye on here. Hockenheim is kind of a shell of its former self now. You don't want to go through the forest, but even so, you've still got a long sweeping straight down to the tight hairpin, and I'm expecting a lot of overtaking there in the race.
Right, well, without further ado, we'll get out onto the track now. See who's gone out. I think Cornish is the first one out. He's acting as a third driver for Mr. Pam Bay, who isn't here tonight, but hopefully he'll be here next week. Amy's online. Is he in the lobby?
I don't know. He's listed as being in there, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He's listed, isn't it?
Ah, fair enough. We can't do anything else. Let's just quickly check for him. Where is he? He is near the bottom, but he is in the lobby. So 13 full-time racers, that's great. I've got a few new guys this week. Arblos 94, he should be right up there. HTY 27 as well. Should be really good. Let's get back out onto the track. We'll stay on board with XRL.
The first guy out there at the moment.
Or who have you got, actually?
First guy out is not as 91, actually. He's just coming around through Sector 2 in the stadium sector. About to enter there, where he's kind of like being in a soccer stadium with 100,000 fans. They ambitiously say, cheering you along. It's more like 60,000 these days. But needless to say, Nutters has been a decent backup driver for F1 Nige, but it's definitely been F1 Nige that's been carrying that team like Atlas of the world on his shoulders. Guys really got the whole of points for them.
Yeah, I've got on board with him now. He is on the prime tyre for his first run. It should be really interesting to see how these new guys settle in. They've done a couple of social races, and they must have really impressed to get into the F1 division. So,
there goes the DRS flap, and he's crossed the first line and into the first car. Oh, he's gone very wide there, and he's slowed his car right down. I'm not sure how legal that lap is. It appeared that his car started to slow, so he may have triggered the auto brake and gained no advantage. But it's completely ruined his lap at the first corner. It's so crucial to get the line absolutely perfect. Thread the iron needle wrong, and you're going off track. Down the straight where the DRS is active in the race, of course. You can use it any way you like in qualifying. And into this beautiful wide hairpin, but he's gone very wide.
Yeah.
He's all the track available and more there.
Hasn't been the greatest of laps for our first run, but...
Well, it's a winding gut run, I suppose. You can use it as a way just to get a feel for the conditions, get your eye in. And he's taken that corner quite well, actually, into the start towards the stadium sector, so it's not been that bad. But pace-wise, probably about a second, maybe a second and a half off, gone very wide there.
Yeah, a lot of drivers seem to do that. They seem to really extend that bit on the right to get the angle in to increase the pace through the corner. I do notice a lot of drivers do that, especially in this division.
Indeed, and they are the fastest ones. Those gone wide there, very nearly hit those two clumps of curbs and saved about half his curves. A bit too much there. In fact, it's not deployed all of it.
And only a 17.3. Now that might well be a corner cut. You can't really corner cut that inside curve. I wouldn't be too surprised if it was a corner cut.
Well, already he's second, because in first place at the moment is Inmate on a 1:15.6, and second Rapid Claw on a 1:15.9, and Elite on a 1:15.978. So there's only like 100th of a second between the second and third, and only about 4 or 5 tenths between the top four at the moment, but the times are tumbling.
Yeah, it's true. Nutters' time only good enough for 6th place, which that will go down because that wasn't a particularly impressive lap time. Let's get on board with someone else.
Talking about unimpressive lap times, Cornish Gamers a 1:25.7.
Oh dear.
I can go faster than that in an Aston Martin GT1 car. XRL Star's gone top on the option tyres though, a 1:14.4.
Impressive. That'll make the likes of Evie and Nige think about having to go onto the options to beat that time. I don't think they could do that on the primes.
Nige has to set a 15.1 on the prime tyres to go provisional second place. So there's quite a few cars out on track at the moment, and all trying to get their eyes in while they can on these tyres. Perez has also followed the example, and gone onto the option tyres as well, though his pace is pretty poor. Coming up to the end of Sector 2, he's at 56 seconds. That's about 3 or 4 seconds off the pace.
Oh, when Elite goes into the gravel, he has set a 15.9 so far. Inmate into the pit. Lewis Hamilton's slowed right down. Perez is...
Carlos Gamers has got out on the prime tyres, and he's on a better lap by the looks of it. In fact, I've been treating this like a warm-up, because he's not got the DRS open during the DRS zone. So unless he's got a problem, that's not a good strategy.
Neither is Nige, actually. We've got Mr. Steve-O on the stream saying that he thinks Nige is going to win tonight.
Also asking if it's a clear or range race. I didn't get the chance to look.
No, I always forget now as well, yeah.
A rapid claw, yeah, but I think they're all on in-laps at the moment. They're all doing around 1 minute going through the stadium section. So we're just coming to the end of the first series of runs, though HTY27 in the Williams is just coming through the stadium section now, and it looks like he's getting ready to go on to his flying lap. He's on the option tyre straight away. Obviously, for a new driver, he's not feeling completely confident, but let's see how he delays onto the track. So
is he trying to put a marker down? Is he trying to put a marker down for everyone else and say,
exactly, we shall see.
Good for
taking that corner very well.
That was almost perfect. No curve on the outside, didn't cut the corner on the inside, very, very clean in there. This is a difficult corner. You need to get it perfect to carry the pace all the way down this long, curved straight. And it's done reasonably
it's a straight
well.
that's not straight.
Yeah.
Kind of like the first straight at Laguna Seca in many ways. You think, oh, no, there's a wall. So you've got to be careful of that. But it's a nice, easy place. A lot of downforce. Slamming on the brakes slightly early there. He did it before the 100-metre board, but he's still threaded in. And he's taken as much of the curve. He's going the Sebastian Vettel route there, trying to go nearly off the track. But he's managed to keep it together, and he's used all his curves to push out the corner. Good strategy there for anyone in the low divisions. And now coming into the first few corners of the stadium section here, taking that pretty well actually. That very high raised curve, that can spin you out so easily. And at the end of Sector 2, about 52 seconds, not that bad, about par. And he's also taken the much additional tyre into the gravel. Will have ruined his lap, cost him at least half a second, if not more. That tyre will be feeling awful, particularly in this section where all the corners are off camber. So you've got to be careful here, avoiding the extra curves, and he's just gone straight into the pit.
Yeah. Oh, he does one lap on the tyres then each time, so he hasn't set a lap yet. That is the worry.
Here's a shocker. CD195 is actually on a qualifying lap.
What?
The option tyres.
What?
But I don't think it's a low fuel run. It's just on 56 seconds.
Oh,
now he's on the rallying route on the outside.
Yeah, he had to let a Red Bull go through there. How many of you guys are watching the stream tonight? My stats are down, so I can't actually quite see how many of you guys are watching, but it'd be really good to see how many people watch the pre-show, what you guys thought of it.
I'll keep on giving you questions as well. We'll try and get through some of them during the races. In the meantime, F1 Speed's got a lot of traffic ahead of him, actually. He's got his teammate, Cornish Gamers, for this race, in the Ferrari just ahead, I think. And then he's also got, it looks like, one of the Red Bulls. Now, Cornish has just pulled out of the way, just gave him enough room there. I'm not sure if this is a flying lap, though. He's on like 56 seconds coming towards the end of the stadium section. And that seems relatively slow. I'm not entirely sure where the pace is out there. It's a bit of a tricky one to call this. But no, I think it is a fast lap. He's trying his best, but he's just planted the power out of the corner and has managed to only improve to a 1:16.0 on the option tyres.
Who is this?
F1 Speed.
That's not good enough.
XRL Elite, meanwhile, is on a flying lap as well. Oh, he's just clattered the raised curb at the end, just as he's coming towards the start of the end of Sector 2 into the stadium section. He had to really get out of the gas there, and that's compromised his lap. But we're now into the very tricky corner which Schumacher got wrong this year. Managed to avoid the gravel trap, and now he's got the sparse crowd cheering him on as he goes around the hairpin towards the pit straight now. It's not too far away from the end of the lap here. Very short lap at Hockenheim, so traffic could be a big problem in the race here, particularly on 100%, so it'll be interesting to keep an eye out for that. And in the meantime, he's put the power down, but this is no improvement at 1:17.3.
On board with XRL Star, currently P2, not on a bad lap here, but he goes in the pits, so that is pretty useless. Who'd he get?
Perez, meanwhile, is about to complete a lap now. He's on the option tyres. He's really gone on the ragged edge through the final corner, and he's improved to a 1:15.2. But look at 7th place in a 1:15.2.
Yeah, that's not a bad lap time, is it? And it's only good enough for 7th. It's unreal.
Yeah, it shows you all the paces here. Meanwhile, Inmate's out on the fast lap once again. He's compromised his end of Sector 2. And
F1 Speed is a 15.6 from F1 Speed there.
Oh, meanwhile, F1 Nigel's gone off for a second run. He's currently down in P4 on a 1:15.1. He's back on the prime tyres, so he obviously believes he's got a bit more pace in these. Just going down the DRS straight now towards the very long hairpin. Lots of different lines you can take into this corner, so expect quite a few overtakes in the race. Very smooth driving from Nige there, not really applying the power very heavily, keeping the traction controlled out of the corner, down towards this rather tricky hairpin into the fading corners. Tricky because of that elevated sausage curve on the inside.
Yeah.
He's managed to avoid hitting that, and he's now coming to the end of sector 2 on what looks like a 52 dead. This looks pretty fast, actually. And he's going through this very tricky corner due to the occurrence of the gravel trap on the left. Avoided going off there, and now round this long, winding U-shaped corner, and he's into the fast few sweeping bends before this double apex corner at the end, which Montoya famously spun around in 2006.
This is
and
a good lap, isn't
onto
it?
the final corner. Looks very fast to me. This could be a sub-15. It's a 14.7 on the prime tyres. Good enough for P3, and that's a benchmark of a time for anyone to follow.
That is impressive.
It is indeed. So, well, F1 Nice showing he's got his pace in hand there. And HTY 27, 10-second penalty for you. You cannot retire in qualifying. We have said it about 4,000 times. Buster's 91, he's gone out on another lap. He's on a 1:15.5, and that's 10th position.
I can't
How insane
believe
is that?
Even
How
better.
insane is that?
Fuck, that's unbelievable.
That's incredible. Now, he's on the prime tyres. It's gone very wide in the hairpin at the end of the DRS zone, though. That's a very long way round. Almost a rain karting line there. And I get the feeling this is not an actual lap, because he's not got his DRS open, and he doesn't seem to be pushing too hard here. It's rather strange. It's certainly not an out lap, unless he's trying to warm his tyres up for one extra lap, and then go banzai on the next. We'll have to see.
Currently on board with Cornish gamers in the Force India here, and
Again, a 1:16.1, and that's like still down in 13th place, and that's not that far off the pace of the front guys. Only 1.5 seconds. This is like F1 was in about 2007 when they still had the highly aerodynamic cars. There was literally like 1.5 seconds between first and 22nd in those days, and this is winding the clock right back. Well, you nearly lost the back end
yeah,
there.
you
Very
just heard
sticky
it a
down
little
that
bit,
hairpin.
didn't you?
You could hear the weird tyre squealing, but he's like,
runs
that'll
wide.
bump his car. But he still looks like he's going to improve here, but not by much.
No, not by much. Only good enough.
0.
Only good enough for 13th still, and it's just narrowed
He's
the
on a
gap.
faster lap now. He's done a 1:14.1 on the option tyres, and he's on another run down towards the hairpin. In fact, looking at the lines on the tyres, I reckon this could be an in-lap, because he's on a 1:14.1 to take provisional pole. So,
Yeah,
but Nige, a 1:14.7 on the prime tyres. That's not a big difference.
Arblos on his debut on a 14.9 on the options, just creeping in. He's warming up his tyres for one last run.
XRL Star's just about to start a lap, and F1 Nigel's going up for one final run from the pits. He's on the out lap now. Yeah, XRL Star's just coming through the final corner now and about to wind up on what is his final run. Unless he hasn't actually got enough time for a second run, but on the option tyres, I don't think you want to take it. Will come dangerous close to cut in the corner, but just about held on there. Going down towards the difficult downhill second corner, which can be a bit tricky in race fuel mode. But he's managed to keep the power down, being very patient, and he's used all the curb, all 4 tyres off over the white line. Rules state you can't do that. You've got to be careful of that star in the race. You will get a penalty if you're not careful.
Right.
That was the hairpin.
So Inmate will be the first one over the line to complete at that time. He didn't cut the first corner. I thought I was a little bit aggressive on turn 1, but somehow wasn't the corner cut.
But in the meantime, SRL Star's just coming down towards the start of the stadium sector now. Again, people have shown a lot of respect to that inside sausage curve at the first grandstand corner. So it's good to see that, because that corner will chew you up and spit you out. Coming into the stadium sector proper now, being very careful, using as much of the runoff as possible without touching the gravel. And he's doing it. He's gone quite wide into the hairpin, but you can get away with it there because the car's almost banked. To the double apex final corner now, being very patient with the throttle. Time looks pretty good, but I'm not sure it's going to improve here. He's not improved at all, but he's gone for one final run.
Right, now Inmate coming into the stadium section now. I'm not sure if this is an improvement or not. It's going to be close.
Yeah, his pace looked pretty decent now, the final hairpin, and the way he got the power down was very, very good. And he's also kept the power up quite steadily through these two corners.
That's good.
You're right,
Should be a
this is
better time.
close.
Only
just a 1:14.8.
Puts him in P4. Our Bloss goes over the line, 14.7.
14.7.
Whatever you can do, I can do better. I had to think about that one.
Well, F1 Nice now is coming through into the stadium section. He's stayed on the prime tyre, surprisingly. He's not reacted, and he's actually backed off. I'm guessing that he's realised he's not going to improve.
No, his strategy is to start on the prime tyres. Perez loses the back end slightly around there. 15.2, good enough for 9. I can't even do that time. That is how that is.
Well, Perez is just going through the final hairpin now as part of the stadium sector. Ooh, very nearly overcooked it coming out of there. The power went down a bit too quickly, and he almost lost the back end. But into the double apex corner, used as much of the curve as he could on the outside. But he used that well to get a good slingshot.
14.9.
Improved to 1:14.9.
They're all going a little bit quicker.
A little bit faster as the final bit of rubber comes down. CD 195 on a 1:15.67.
Not particularly impressive, no. You would have expected. Oh.
And XRL Star and F1 Speed are now doing a slow tour back towards the pits. So while we do that, we'll give you a rundown of the grid. Pole position to Confused Emu, a 1:14.1, a good 3/10 clear of XRL Star, over 1:14.4, and then a further 3/10 back to Nutters 91, who really responded to get a 1:14.7, and his teammate F1 Nige on a 1:14.7 on the slower tyre. Our Bloss did a very impressive debut, 1:14.7 on the options, and Inmate a 1:14.8. So look at how close we're literally looking at tenths all the way down, from literally third place all the way down to 10th.
It is impressive, isn't it?
Half a second, maybe.
Right.
So in the race, it could be very unpredictable.
You go in there, tell them not to ready up. We're going to get a couple of guys in.
Okay, one moment. I'll go and take care of that for you now while you send out the invites.
Right. Let's see who we can get in for tonight's grid walk. Let's get HTY in. And actually, we'll get the two newcomers in general. Let's get him and our Bloss qualifying 4th. A really impressive debut for him.
Hello.
Good evening. Grid walk time. We thought we'd ask you some questions. First qualifying, 11th place on the grid. Happy with that, or are you surprised at how close it is in qualifying at the moment?
Could have gone another 7/10 quicker, but I haven't done any practice. I thought we were doing Hungary, so I haven't done any practice.
Oh my God! Well, hope you have a good race, but it just shows how close the division is. You know, you're setting a 15.5 and it's only good enough for 12. Oh no, yeah, 15.5.
The question is, of course, you guys need to know if your qualifying pace is different to your race pace. Are you confident about that?
I'm just going to play the race as it comes, mate. I'm just going to run the tyres till they're knackered, and obviously I think it's probably going to be a 3 or a 4 pit stop for me. I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Bloss, 5th on the grid on your debut as well. That's a good start for you. 14.7. Was there any more you could have got out at the time?
Yeah, I could have got a bit more out of it, but only about 1 or 2 tenths, maybe. I look forward to my race pace.
Have you done much practice under the heavy fuel and seeing how you like controlling your tyres in those conditions?
I've done the first 15 laps and I'm happy with it, so I look forward to the race.
Fantastic. Well, as I say, it's a very good performance in qualifying, so hopefully you can do better in your race on debut as well.
Alright, thanks.
Someone's readied up, which is slightly annoying, but yeah, have a good one.
So we'll stay on side.
Yeah, 19% rain, says Wedgwick 51, which is F1 speed. I didn't even notice, I've been too busy. But again, just a little hint of rain. F1 division seems to just have that every so often. 19%, might be a few laps at the end where it might get a bit dicey. If it's close, could be an interesting finish.
Indeed it could. So, as I say, we're all going to get ready to get going. It's literally a case of 5 lights lining up on the grid now. And of course, get your bets online. We'll try and get as many amount as we can. we're going to have to retire very, very quickly. So when the 5 lights go out, we are going to be racing here at the Hockenheim Ring in Hockenheim, Germany. And can Confused Emu convert his pole pace into the win? There go! Down to the first corner, Emu's got a decent start. But look at F1 Nige on the outside.
Oh, got someone who's gone
the exit
crazy wide there. And that's dropped into
in fact,
fourth
that wasn't
place.
F1 Nige, it was Nutters who's down in 4th place. And one of the McLarens is actually up to 4th place. Made that 3rd now. Fantastic run out of the first 2 laps.
From R. Blossen, 5th to 3rd in the first few corners. Great start from him. Mate, into 5th place. Got Nige, I believe, behind him in 6th. Perez in 7th. Got a Ferrari and a Williams side by side in 8th and 9th.
Yeah, ahead of him, Nate, and F1 Nige, you've also got... you have Nutters, but Nutters gone very wide and nearly collected Nige on the outside of the hairpin.
Oh, as we have a couple of drivers at the
driving.
back. We have a couple of drivers who have collected each other at the back or just spun on the curb. Couldn't quite make out.
Right. Oh, Perez has just shunted Bloss off the track there. Kind of underestimated his braking. Perez trying to win back through, and there's a collision from the Williams.
Rapid claw there.
Literally...
It all got a little bit too much when Perez tried to do the right thing and give the pace back.
Has just gone off track. And F1 Nige has swooped through. Meanwhile, inmate up ahead is trying to get on the back of Rapid Claw and the Williams, who at the same time is trying to get up ahead on the back of what I believe is Bloss and the McLaren. And Rapid Claw looks like he's going for a penalty here.
That wouldn't surprise me if we have, but I think Bloss is in for a penalty as well.
Yeah, he's been followed by somebody. Who is that? That's F1 Nige.
F1 Nige has
F1 Nige got a penalty for. He's all the way down in 13th place as a result of that.
Luke, you're going to have to race tomorrow night, by the way, as Tuckers can't make it. So good luck. You have got a day off work tomorrow because you're going to have to race in GP2 if you can.
In the meantime, F1 Speed is in 10th place, following behind Nutters, who's had a terrible start. He's down in 9th. And ahead of them, you've got for the 2 cars all together. It's all getting very dicey. Nutters on the inside here. Oh, they touched a little bit, but it was respectful and a good overtake from Nutters.
Good overtake from Nutters. He has an insane gearbox there. How did he... He just seems to get a real load of pace. Cornish under trouble from F1 Speed now.
Meanwhile, Nutters has gone off the track, and the head of him, one of the Williams did as well. That was HTY27 in his debut race.
So 4 of them here, all very, very close. Cornish tucks on the inside of F1 Speed. Oh, F1 Speed just lost it. He got under his... bit of an aggressive overtake from Cornish, but didn't touch F1 Speed, just losing it ever so slightly and lost a position to Perez.
And as you say, Cornish Gamers now is right at the back of Nutters, but he's gone so much extra speed out the corner, he also went right into the back of him. And in the meantime, Nutters now maybe holding him up a little bit here. Indeed, but Perez has gone into the back of Cornish as a result.
Oh my god, they all went
Cornish has gone very wide, and Perez has gone right through. And Perez might fancy his chances on Nutters here on the inside. What was Cornish doing there?
Somehow got out of the way. That is just silly. You know, he's DP2. He shouldn't be needing to be like that, really.
DRS from Perez, and Nutters has got DRS as well. But look at this from Perez. He's out-dragging him completely.
That's unreal. Nutters is trying to outbrake on the
Nutters
inside.
on the brake. This has gone very wide, 2 by 2. And Nutters has undercut him.
Fair play.
Meanwhile, behind them, we've got 4 cars going for a duel here. F1 Speed in 10th, 11th is Cornish Gamers, and then 12. F1 Nige goes right around the outside. How did he do that? Fantastic piece of driving from F1 Nige there, trying to fight his way back through the field. It's all going up hammer and tongs here at Hockenheim in the moment, I'll tell you that for free. So F1 Speed got a bit junk on his tyres there, and that's about Nige.
Oh, and
very
Nutters
good
has gone
run on
into
him.
the gravel. Nutters is in the gravel. Perez, nice easy move.
And Speed almost got collected by that, and as a result, F1 Nige just done the pair of them!
What an overtaking.
That was sensational. That was Hakkinen versus Schumacher at Spa,
That was very good.
That was lightning reactions from F1 Nige there. That really shows the difference between the F1 division and the others. Rapid Claw is closing very quick on the back of Nutters, who's made the mistake of going wide at turn 1. Rapid Claw's gone at the inside, but it's before the DRS detection zone.
Yeah, he'll have the DRS on Nige, though.
Possibly. This is going to be pretty close, this. The RS Open there for Rapid Claw. Look at this. Nuts is right under the wing. Oh, this is going to be job done very easily, I think. But then again, he started topping out. He's got too low a gearbox.
Oh, but Rapid's
got... Rapid Claw's got... Oh, what was that? Cornish Gamer's making a very banzai move there, but luckily Nutters was wiser to get out of the way.
He didn't get out of the way.
That was pretty foolish.
Cornish just getting a little jack wide.
That was terrible driving from Cornish Gamers. Absolutely shocking driving. So yeah, so we do apologise. You're expected to follow the leaders here, viewers, but this is the closest action by a country mile.
I want to know who's out there in the lead and who's doing well, but he just can't do that.
Meanwhile, Nutters now 13th place, trying to come back after that little punch that he got courtesy of CD195 ahead of him in 12th, F1 Speed ahead of him in 11th place, and then in 10th place, still trying to fight his way back through as well, is Rapid Claw. But look at the gap that Nige has pulled out on him as a result of all that hammer and tongs dueling.
Oh, is he have a Ferrari? That's F1 Speed. He's just gone into the gravel at turn 1. He's just lost it.
He's completely gone straight on, hasn't he? Meanwhile, Cornish Gamers thinking about going to the inside. Nutters has left him room. Very fair driving. Cornish Gamers waiting for the DRS. Now riding on board. He's getting right underneath of the wing. One move's been made by Nutters. He's going to the inside. Cornish goes right around the outside here. Now the question is, can Nutters underbraking? No, he can't.
What is he doing? Does he know what the brakes are?
Was Cornish thinking about going into the forest like the old Hockenheim track there? Seriously, what the hell was that? CD195, following the Rapid Claw. Answer postcard views if you've got any idea what Cornish Gamers is doing, because we sure as hell don't. I'd say this is pretty... I would say he's driving like an amateur, but that's not fair on an amateur.
Oh, that's going in the gravel. It's as if he wants to fight with Cornish, really. You go you stay on that one, I'm going to...
So in the meantime, F1 Nige has got a fantastic run on the... Oh, well, it's the HYT25 lost it on the outside of the final corner, and Nige him a little tap up the rear end, but he didn't try to get the advantage. Very fair driving from Nige. Meanwhile, both of them have gone very wide at turn 1. And Nige's tyres don't look very good, despite them being the primes. This could be a very, very high pit stop race, this.
Well...
F1 Nige now, he's got DRS, but he's not deployed it. Has he got a problem?
This will make me so angry with everything that's gone on and just all these little things is gonna...
If there's one driver he don't write off to come back. Yeah, against HYT, he took a very strange line there. Not sure what he was aiming for.
He's gone deep.
Meanwhile, going further back, Rapid Claw in 10th place, being followed by CD195 a half second back. Going towards the tail of the field now, just to give you a final rundown, Cornish Gamers in 13th, still no idea what lines he's taking, and Nutters ahead of him in 12th.
Well, looking at it, Lewis Hamilton's done a great job. He's up into P5. Inmate on the options in P4 doing quite well. Bloss is there, sorry, in 3rd on his debut. Could be a podium. XRL Star and Emu are within about a second and a half, so this is a good race to start.
These two are going, they're not stopping it over, are they? They're not giving up easily. No DRS from Star, so he's going to have to get the pace a bit more better. Emu's best lap time 120.3, Stars are 120.5, so we've got a couple of tenths on him at the moment, Emu, but it'll be a question of how quickly those tyres go off and how he can cope with them.
Lewis Hamilton about to go for 4th place on the DRS. Can't make up all of the ground. Can he try and cut back under him? No, he can't. He's going to have to hold station.
Hold it. Yeah, I'd say Lewis Hamilton's got better drive though by the looks of it. I think that the car's just going away from the inmate at the moment. But the problem is, it's nowhere really to get by here unless you're F1 Nige. So it's not easy to get through here at the moment. So he's going to have to wait for at least turn 2 or turn 4. Coming into the stadium section, you don't want to be too close here because the understeer will kill you. But wait, you might be thinking about the hairpin, backs out of it, thinks better of it. Skittles has said, I thought I quit commentary. No, I quit racing. I'm a retired racer. By the way, quitted. What kind of a word is that? Now, Lewis Hamilton very, very close here, and he may be thinking about going down towards turn 2. I think he's just realised he's going to get the DRS though, so he's starting to hold on for it.
Yeah, much closer, but race control are reviewing the lap 1 incident. 5 cars there, Perez running wide, and causing obviously a few problems trying to get the pace back, so...
Meanwhile,
yeah.
Lewis Hamilton's just blasted by on the DRS.
He's doing well, he's on the prime tyres. Everyone in front of him is on options. He's in a good position for a second championship win.
Skittles, to answer your question, if I got paid, I'd get either of those, but since I don't get paid, I get none.
Red Snapper, if you're listening, what is the audio issue that you're talking about? How long is the gap between?
HTY27, he's fallen all the way down to 11th place now.
Oh, an inmate hits the gravel and she's lost a second or two on Lewis Hamilton there. Elite is being closed in by Perez, who's actually made... He dropped the division to GP2, but since then, switched of car, and he's right up there again, so it's great to see. He's closing in on Elite now for 6th.
Yeah, he is, and Perez is not that far behind at all, but half a second here.
Nige is about a few seconds off that, but he's not doing too bad.
Oh, that was very close from Perez, but look at the loss of control that the Elite had there. But Perez, he knows the DRS, it's worthless overtaking here.
LGS, who's being investigated? It's the 5 cars who were involved in that lap 1 incident. So I think Perez was there, I think Bloss might be there, Nige, Rapid. But that one big mashup, we're going to have to review the footage on that one because there was too much going on.
Exactly. Now, Elite, meanwhile, he's been done by Perez, but he's trying to stay in touch and distance. Because if you can keep the pressure on, it's not a long track, so breaking DRS is not very easy.
No, that's true. Very true. But then you have got the whole stadium section where you can just drop it in the gravel, some can drop it in there. You know, it's quite difficult there. Especially if you're in the dirty air going round the corner they're now coming up to.
Now, in the meantime, Elite's kept right up with him, actually, stuck very close to the back of Perez. So I expected to easily have DRS, provided he doesn't get tempted to make the move early.
Right, well, unfortunately tonight, guys, the delay, we're going to have to just keep the delay there, unfortunately.
There's nothing we can do about it.
Well, I can do it, but I'd have to turn off the screen for about 20 seconds. It wouldn't even take that long, but maybe there's a lull in action. But at the moment, obviously, it's quite close to the lead. There's very, very close up the top, if you've all just noticed. Emu, not as quick, maybe, as what we first thought. And Thurston,
the tyres are starting to look... I think the tyres...
Evie's not in the lead, I don't think. Evie's not in the lead. He's in second. He's gone wide, and Star's overtaken him. So Evie dropped down to second.
That's happened off camera. He's quite a few seconds behind as well, actually. It's surprising.
Bloss isn't far away.
Bloss is not that far... Yeah, he's not. I think Evie's tyres... I think his tyres are screwed. Yeah, his front left tyre is bald. That front tyre looks absolutely horrible.
Again, I just want to say it again, but Lewis Hamilton, 4th place, within probably about 6 or 7 seconds of the lead on the prime tyres.
Yeah, so it shows that the pace on the race there between the tyres isn't that huge. Be interested to see if people decide to try and take advantage and just go for primes throughout the rest of the race. But Bloss now is only about 1.5 seconds behind Emu. If he finds a few more tenths maybe, he might be able to close up the DRS. Well, Lewis Hamilton's not too far behind Bloss either. These 4 cars are very close now.
Nigel's pace is immense. He's a way off. He's about 15 seconds off probably Bloss and Lewis Hamilton. But wow,
he's not too far behind the lead though, is he?
No.
Look how close he is.
Oh,
Nutt's retired.
He's not had the best of races, and I think he'll be rather unhappy with a few drivers out there today, and I could understand.
Indeed, in the meantime, while we try and get him in for a quick post-incident review, we've got a couple of cars actually going at it down towards the DRS zone. We've had Rapid Claw get through. CD195 is right behind. Nutters, can you give us a view of what happened in the race?
Oh, that was just carnage.
Okay, can you be a bit more specific?
I don't know. I qualified third, so I was fairly up there, and then people just started crashing and spinning and bumping, and yeah, I got taken off. Then I think I was down in 8, and then Cornish had DRS, outbroke himself and smashed me off.
Yeah, we saw
and
this.
I was down in...
Oh,
yeah,
no, F1 Nige has just spun out Elite because Elite tried to go into the pit.
I think
F1 Nige will probably have a drive-through for that.
I hope not. I think it would have been alright, to be fair.
Elite spun. This game will have given him a drive-through. Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton's got DRS on third place Grogs at the moment.
So who are the naughty boys in your opinion then?
Sorry about that.
It's okay. Yeah, I don't know. Really, so much was happening. It's hard to kind of pinpoint who specifically. I'll have to look at the stream and see what happened again.
Well, we saw the Cornish one. Were you involved in the lap 1 comings and goings, or obviously you might have spoke to Nige, you got a penalty on lap 1?
Yeah, Nige said Rapid hit him off like twice or something. He's not happy at all.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. There was lap 1. There was so much going on.
It was good until it got around to the stadium section, and then I believe Perez ran wide or hit someone off, but gave the pace back, and him giving the pace back, 3 others closed on him, and then hit the 5 into one corner. No, never happened.
Yeah, well, I mean, the stadium section, you can really only get one car around there. You can't really
sorry to put a question, guys, but Lewis Hamilton just got a fantastic drive and gone through at turn 2. Now, of course, the situation there is that means Boss is going to be right in the DRS detection zone. So going down towards DRS, there it goes, flaps off on Bloss's car. And I think he's going to be able to blast straight back past Lewis Hamilton. Now, can Lewis Hamilton hang it on the outside? Bloss goes through into the hairpin corner. It's going to be a question of who brakes latest. And Bloss gets the position straight back. But Lewis Hamilton's thinking about inside the first car towards the stadium section.
What an overtake!
That was an excellent piece of driving there. He got a superb run and brakes. And now the question is, can he break away from Bloss? Bloss's left tyre looks absolutely shot. I won't be surprised if he goes into the pits here.
Emu's closed right onto the back of Star again on those option tyres. Oh, but he's lost it! Oh, he's staying out though.
Commentator's curse again, Dan. Commentator's curse. And indeed I was right, Bloss has dived into the pits. I'm not surprised at that. But the question is, can Lewis Hamilton take advantage of these guys screwing up? Ooh, very close to going all 4 tyres off there, Lewis. Got to be more careful. But meanwhile, up ahead, Emu now is only about, let's say, 1.5 seconds at best behind the lead. So if the pace keeps going on, he will have DRS within the time for the pit stop window.
CD in the pits, P9, Elite's in 10th, I think, a Star in the lead. F1 Speed's now dropping into the pits in 11th, now drops down to 12th. Who's gone through past him there? That's Cornish Gamers, Mr. Naughty, Mr. Drew.
I'd find F1 Nige. I think he's had a drive-through.
He's only had the one. He only had the one early on, he hasn't had another one. He's still... What position is he in? 6th?
I thought he might have got one for when he tangled with Elite who was going into the pits, because I know what this game's like.
Yeah,
the main reason I retired was that.
Right,
well, in the meantime...
Anyway.
Alright, well,
thank you for your comments
we're going to have a little watch here and got a few incidents we were having a look at, but yeah, we definitely saw the one with Cornish, that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
now,
Emu is...
You just break late a number of times.
Yeah, he has. It's going to be definitely looked at to find out what's going on, for sure.
I got fed up in the end. Yeah. Right, anyway, I'm gone.
Thank you. Well, in the meantime, Emu now, his tyres are looking absolutely bald. I'm amazed that they're keeping this going. But at the same time, he's only about a second and a half behind. In fact, he might be close to the DRS here on Star. If theirs goes to the line, it's going to be pretty close. No, not close enough. Star's just doing enough, but in the meantime, in third place, Hamilton's not that far adrift either, and he's on the prime tyres. So we're going to get that crossover and strategies period very soon, and it'll be interesting to see if his process started on the primes has worked out. F1 Nice, though, he's doing well to hang on in 4th place at the moment.
He's got Arblos behind him, who has pitted, so Arblos will be probably all over him in the next few laps.
Star's gone wide in the hairpin towards stadium section, and that means Emu started to close up, but Emu's suddenly gone very wide at the end of sector 2, like he was taking a rallycross approach for some reason. But he's taken a fine line. Oh, he's gone as close as he dared to the gravel trap there. And he's now very, very close indeed. The question is, will Star box or is follow him? Yep, Star's box, as I thought he might have done. Now, Emu's got to get the hammer down here. This is going to be a very important lap. Behind him, Lewis Hamilton's only about 2 seconds off the pace. So if he can get a fast... Oh, Emu's gone very wide at the first corner, actually.
Both went wide there.
Emu more so, though, definitely. And as a result of that, on these fresher prime tyres, Hamilton's not that far adrift here. And if Emu finds himself under pressure, he might make that critical mistake. Indeed, DRS from Hamilton. So now he's closing at a rate of knots. He's not close enough for the hairpin, I don't think. But it's the last thing Emu wants to see in his review. Oh, it's going to be very close indeed, and Hamilton's gone right through!
I thought he was going to hit up the backside, but I think Emu realised there's no point fighting someone who's got a lot of pressure tyres.
Look at the marbles on the Emu's tyres as a result. Star will be loving that, because that will have only made Emu slower. So Hamilton takes a fantastic lead, and as a result now, Emu's probably going to have to box. If he doesn't box this lap, he's going to be losing too much time to Star and to Bloss.
So
the question is, has he already done so?
Star and Bloss are right next to each other out on track at the moment. Not even half a second between them.
And F1 Nigel's holding on to 3rd place now, but you are right. Star is very, very close ahead of Bloss. If these two take enough pace of each other, Emu's not boxed, he's stayed out.
This must be a strategy thing. This must be.
Definitely. There's no other reason for it, but the question is he going to lose too much time on these guys, or are these guys going to push each other so hard that he's going to make it back on the next set of tyres?
I've got Emu
in the pits. A lot of variables at the moment. Oh no, Emu is in the pits.
Yeah, I think
there's someone else who went through.
Yeah, that's
but
the
they've
leader,
both gone by.
Lewis Hamilton.
Yep, they've both gone through. Check it out.
Close to the lines there for Emu. Probably be okay, but yeah. So he's dropped down 2 places. But
those guys are both on the option tyres and he's on the primes.
Yeah, exactly. He can make this work for him now. The prime might be the better race tyre. We don't know. Lewis Hamilton and Nigel are doing a great job on that tyre.
Exactly. Rapid close to lot on his prime tyres at the moment in 8th place. He's being followed very quickly by Perez, who's got the DRS, made his committed move to the outside, and that's done and dusted miles before the hairpin.
He ain't got a chance against that. He's even got enough time to break early for the corner.
No, exactly, yeah. Now, in the meantime, Bloss, he's lost a few tenths of ground on Star here, but he's not too far behind, so if he's careful with his pace, manages the tyres well, he could be a threat for the podium.
So Lewis Hamilton in the lead. F1 Steve's down right at the back, really struggling to stay.
I think F1 Nigel's second. He's fought back well from a disastrous start to really put the pace on. Now, meantime, down in 5th place, Emu's actually very much under threat from Inmates. Inmates right up Emu's jackstay. And if Emu's not careful, he may find himself losing a place here.
Yeah, never.
Inmate's gone right over the turn, inside of turn 1. All 4 wheels off. Not good enough. Absolutely not good enough. Now he's going to easily have DRS as a result. The question is Emu going to build a big enough a gap to get away? There goes the flap. He's got right in the dirty air, but with the flap open, he's got... Oh, it's good close, actually. Down towards the break-in. He's got the inside line in, mate. Emu knows it's there. He's trying to avoid turning in. Side by side, but great defensive driving from Emu.
Yeah, fair play from both of those guys there. Good respect. You've seen other people today just going to the side of them, T-boning people off the track, and it's like, that had to be done.
So look, if you want to see how it's done, rewind back to that pass of Hamilton's and Emu. That's how you do it. Meantime now, we've got a bit of a gap opening up ahead. Emu, because of the pressure he's under from Inmate, he's losing ground to Bloss, and Star is not pulling away from Bloss. He's in touching distance, but he's not pulling away. But meanwhile, neither is F1 Nige as those tyres get older and older and older. But meanwhile, Hamilton's got a nice lead here. He's got about, let's say, 6 or 7 seconds on F1 Nige and about 10 seconds on XRL Star. He's building himself a factor not just for the podium, but for the win here. Meanwhile, Emu's still hanging on to 5th place. Inmate is actually not as close on this lap, surprisingly. And the DRS is open. He's probably just at the tail end of it, but I don't think he's going to be quick enough to even think about an overtake here. And he's wise enough to know that, but he's still almost managed to outbrake himself, and he's managed to just avoid hitting the back of Emu. Good driving, that. And it's getting very close as a result, down towards the first corners that signal the end of Sector 2 and the beginning of the stadium section. In fact, he seems more confident on the brakes than Emu Inmate at the moment.
Rapid trying to get past Cornish Gamers.
That's a dangerous thing to think about at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
That's like trying to pass Pastor Maldonado or Roman Grosjean. Now, in the meantime, Inmate... Actually, no, it's not fair on Roman Grosjean. Now, in the meantime, Inmate trying to close up very close on Emu, but he's getting very close to those final 2 corners. Emu's just not confident on these tyres. I think maybe they're not to temperature, or maybe he's not quite got the setup, but he's really struggling. But Inmate once again goes off all 4 tyres. In the meantime, not very good driving this. But up ahead, Star has suddenly close routes to the back of F1 Nige. And the DRS flap is open, and he's gone through. Mr. Steve Grosjean's not having an alright season at the moment. He managed to crash 3 times in Monaco. That's not an alright season. Meanwhile, Emu still manages to defend that 5th place from Inmate, but it's because of the defensive driving he's having to deploy, he's losing ground. Meanwhile, F1 Nige has come back a Star and is going around the outside. How's he managed to do that? Fantastic overtake from F1 Nige. Star will be furious with that. In the meantime now, XRL Star's got fresher rubber and he's able to get more power down through the stadium section, but F1 Nige is not showing any signs of pitting, and this is going to annoy Star because it's holding him up. And with the guys, with Lewis Hamilton ahead, he'll be pulling away, and he may soon be in that magic period to have a pit stop in his pocket. XRL Star's thinking about going at the inside of turn 2, but he's got to resist to avoid being taken back under DRS, and indeed he holds back, but our Bloss is now right behind him as a result. There goes the flat from XRL Star, is going to the inside. Oh, F1 Nige just gives him enough room, and that's allowed Bloss to close at the back of F1 Nige. And he's gone at the outside. Great drive from our Bloss. Questioning, but Nige is thinking about defending on the inside. What's Star doing?
What's happening there? I think he might put it into neutral. I think he might put it into neutral.
Well, that's one of the strangest things I've ever seen. But now Bloss goes back onto the podium in the most bizarre circumstances I've ever seen. And F1 Nige is in 2nd place. And Bloss has now got the hammer down going through this. He knows he's got to make this count while he's got this brief lull. But he's got F1 Nige as the mobile chicane ahead of him, going around the hairpin at the top of the stadium section. Manages to get the power down, but those tyres sound tortured as he gets some power down there. Into the double apex final corner, you can't pass here. But you can get a good run towards the DRS zone, and Nige knows that. He's going to try and break the toe if he can. Meanwhile, Hamilton's in the pits, and as a result of that, Bloss now goes into 2nd place, and that's a net first once Nige goes into the pits. Great driving from the Davidson here. Getting on the gas, and he's got to make sure he's getting close enough here to try and ensure he gets the DRS most effective. And there goes the flap, here goes the Kurz. This time he's taking the inside line. He's not going to give Nige any room. Now the question is, will Nige be able to fight back in the braking zone on those tortured tyres? The answer is no. In fact, XRL Star's under threatening him here, but he manages to shut the door and avoid losing the place. Exactly, that mistake from Star has really put the cat amongst the pigeons. We've got the top four separated by less than 2 seconds, and ahead of them, Star's thinking about the inside of F19.
Yeah, this is good.
Now, in the meantime, XRL Star is following F19, who in turn is following the back of the performance there by David Tont at the front of the McLaren. Great performance from this, must be saying. Very, very impressed with Bloss at the moment. But as a result of this now, Nige is holding up Star, and Bloss may be able to try and pull away while Star's getting his tyres ruined by that dirty air. But Nige has done very well to make these tyres last, considering how quickly Lewis Hamilton went into the pits, and Emu is now all over the back of XRL Star. Star's had to take evasive action to avoid F1 Nige, so battle is now joined between these 4 cars. Emu very nearly went to the back of Star.
Inmate and Lewis Hamilton are going to be right on the back, and Perez are all going to be on the back of this. Probably within the next lap or 2.
Exactly, so this is crazy. Now in the meantime, Star's going up the outside of F1 Nige, and Emu is thinking about the long game here. He's got the DRS flap open, and if these guys trip over each other, remember to sneak up the inside here, and that's exactly what he's doing to F1 Nige. But there goes the curse. Fantastic piece of driving from Confused Emu.
Oh, this is great.
Very crafty, very cunning driving. Alonso would have been proud of that. And now he's going to switch back on XRL Star. Stunning piece of driving from Confused Emu there.
Nice, going to overtake Star on the outside. Great overtake.
This is like watching a slot machine. It's just changing all the time. Star's got chunks on his tyres at the moment, and he's really struggling.
Lewis Hamilton and I think it might be Inmate have had it coming together.
It was Perez.
No.
Perez is in 5th place.
Yeah, no, it was Inmate.
And Hamilton
is...
Alright, so Perez has taken full advantage as a result of that. But in the meantime,
Lewis
XRL Star has fallen back. Oh, well, that's ruined this. After all the effort, and XRL Star takes himself to all the outside argument. Now, in the meantime, up ahead, Emu is joining battle at the moment with Bloss. There goes the flap. Emu wants his lead back. But Bloss is not giving up here, and he's shut the door. Oh, but he's moved more than once there, Bloss. He's got to be careful. You do that too many times, you will get a penalty. But meanwhile, Emu is thinking about the inside switchback. You can do that at a hairpin. There goes the curse, and that takes him through to an excellent 1st place.
Star's looking on Nige now.
But no, Emu is actually not in 1st. He's been held up. And Nige is going to the inside of Star. This is all happening on track here, folks. This is difficult to follow, but by God, is it enjoyable. Now, in the meantime, XRL Star trying to think about going around the outside on the first corner into the stadium section. That'd be very brave. That'd be like going around the outside of 130R.
Yeah.
Now, in the meantime, Star he's not giving up on F1 Nige. He's not letting him break away.
Yeah,
I mean,
Nige
Perez
is
is now
still
catching
not
up.
pitted yet. As
No,
Nige
he has now.
in.
There's the commentator's cursed again. Okay. No, in the meantime, Confused Emu is holding up into 3rd place. Perez now goes up to 4th, and he's right behind the back of XRL Star. So battle's joined there as well.
Ding ding, round 2 between Lewis Hamilton and Inmate. After Lewis Hamilton's penalty, is going right behind Inmate. So Nige is going to fall out in 8th place behind Elite.
Now meanwhile, Perez has deployed the DRS and just blasted past XRL Star like he wasn't even there. He's topped out and he's got a huge gap, but up ahead, meanwhile, Bloss has just been done on the inside by Confused Emu at the hairpin. Finally's got it done. And now Emu's got to get the hammer down while Star and that are tripping over each other. He's got to put the hammer down on those prime tyres and try to pull away. But Bloss is following him. He's not going to let that happen as we start to see a little bit of cloud cover forming over the track here. We're not even close to half distance yet, so there is still the threat of rain.
So all of a sudden we all said Emu, didn't we?
Perez has just gone down the outside of XRL Star, going round the stadium section towards the hairpin. Superb driving. XRL Star is down to 4th.
This is another really solid performance from Perez now. All of a sudden he's starting to get podiums again. It is good to see.
Maybe it's just one of those. Oh, both drivers taking Michael there, going well off onto the outside. say, we did warn them that you can't do that. Now, in the meantime, in 5th place, Hamilton has just got by Inmate, but Inmate's tyres look very old indeed, so he may well be thinking about changing his boots at some point soon, but he is within the DRS space at the moment, so he might be able to close the gap. There goes the flap indeed. But he's not closing the gap on Hamilton. Hamilton must have a very good gearbox here. Yeah, but he's just too far back. Now the question is, can he think about a pass somewhere else in the track? He might try and do what Emu did, into this hairpin towards the stadium section, but he's just realised it's not on and backed out. Now meanwhile, XRL Star back on the back of Perez, and these two are going at it very close indeed through to the stadium section's hairpin. Perez gets a little out of shape there actually, and Star gets a better line, so that's going to put him closer towards the DRS zone. And then Perez has gone wide at the final corners, the Star's getting even closer, the pressure's starting to toll, and this might really be another chat pass on track here. Oh, but Star has gone wide again. These guys are really, really struggling to keep the car on track at the moment. Whether that's deliberate or not, I'll leave it up to you. XRL Star is just outside the DRS zone actually. Perez has broken the toe. That's just what he needed to do. Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton, he's done the same on Inmates, so the pace is starting to settle down. But XRL Elite, meanwhile, is under threat from F1 Nige, who's got the flap open down towards the hairpin at the end of the DRS zone, and he says, thank you very much, I'll have that 7th place if you don't mind. And now he's going through. Cornish Gamers has meanwhile retired, and the field breathed a huge sigh of relief. Meanwhile, HTY27's also lost connection, so we've got a couple of retirements now. Cornish, what happened?
Basically, I was going round, I just found myself out, and that's how I was coming rather than...
Fair enough.
Let them get into the race, because I'm not supposed to be here anyway, so I just thought I'd let them get.
Well, Nutters isn't very happy.
No, he's not. Nutters had a few choice words, shall we say. No, I don't think he was too impressed. Meanwhile, Bloss has just got into the pits, actually, and come out behind F1 Nige. He's gone for prime tyres. He's now in 7th place.
Nutters not impressed with me, because I think I might know exactly what it's on about, and I did nothing wrong. Was he having a go at me, was he?
Well, all we'll say is some choice words were said, but we're going to review that in the stewards meeting. We don't want to do it on the stream, thank you. But in the meantime, how was the rest of the race for you? How did it feel out on track?
Oh, it was fine. Obviously, I haven't done any practice, so this was just getting it. I realised very quickly that my gearbox was absolute shite. I need to get a new one for tomorrow. But yeah, no, the thing, we're going to talk about the incident afterwards, but I did absolutely nothing wrong.
Right, fair enough. Well, we'll maintain that, but as I say, we don't want to discuss that now very well. As I say, thank you very much for your time, and do enjoy watching the rest of the race.
See if we can get HTY in, or have him.
Yeah, in the meantime, Bloss now is keeping behind F1 Nige, but Nige is surprisingly pulling away in more recent tyres. That's very, very interesting, that. He's obviously got these tyres working for him, Nige, and as a result of it, he's now thinking of possibly muscling into the podium, depending on how this next stint of tyres
He's trying to do only a 2-stop. He's trying to go prime option.
It's doable, but your tyres will be off the cliff if you're not careful.
Do the same.
Well, even he started on the option tyres, so he can't do that. He can do
is he on the options again?
No, he's on primes now, so he'll be doing the reverse version. Start on the option and go prime.
Well, that's why he stayed out so long.
It makes sense, but in the meantime, down in 6th place or so, we've got a bit of a duel going on here, actually. A couple of other cars, let's see if we can get on board. Yeah, it's 6th and 7th. We've got F1 Nige and Bloss, who's got an excellent run out of the hairpin. And he's now threatening F1 Nige down towards the stadium section. He knows he can't pass it, so he's just thinking about putting the pressure on Nige. And indeed, Nige makes a mistake. Nearly goes off the track, but manages to correct it. And Bloss, he's sticking with him here. Bloss is showing very strong pace indeed. Now, as a result of this, Nige doesn't want, the last thing he wants is someone pressuring him from behind. He's not used to that. He's used to romping away and having a minute lead. So this will be interesting to watch. Now, in the meantime, Inmate up ahead on the bald prime tyres. Oh, F1 Nige has just gone around him at the penultimate corner. And Inmate's just dived straight into the pits, got out of the way, realised his tyres are totally gone. And Bloss now has been compromised a little bit there because of the sudden change of direction. He's lost about half a second on F1 Nige. Got totally out of the way. Now, in the meantime, viewers, if you've got any comments or anything or any questions for us on the stream, please put them out there. We'll do our best to get through them. In the meantime, now, Bloss, he's going to be in the DRS zone here, but F1 Nige's got a little bit of a gap, so he might just be able to pull away. And Bloss has not deployed the DRS. He might have a problem, but even with DRS, he's still closing without it. This is very fast. He's got a very fast setup, and it's going around the outside. That's very, very brave indeed. But Nige holds him out, muscles him round. Yeah, we'll stick with this duel for the moment because it is the closest duel on track. Needless to say, Bloss is really showing very strong pace here for a debutant. This is much like when F1 Nige first burst onto the scene. Maybe we finally found someone who could challenge more regularly. We'd hope so. And as I say, it's good to see all the drivers putting themselves on the line, even though it has been a bit ragged and a bit aggressive, it must be said. Now, we do have cloud cover starting to form. It's not thick at the moment, so who knows? It might stay away, but there was a 19% chance that final stint could become scuppered if the rain starts to fall.
Who have we got in the pit lane then? We have Stars in, so he's done option, done 31 laps. He'll go
I wonder if
prime
that's,
option,
is that
I would
you?
think.
It's Perez.
Which he's doing
I
the
think
same.
he's just jump star.
No, he was ahead, he was in second place. Behind Emu, so...
Well, in the meantime, Bloss now is sticking with Nige, but Nige has got a fantastic drive off that second corner. And now Bloss remembers he can use the DRS, and the closing speed difference is gigantic. Look at this. He's closed really up on Nige, but he's going around the outside. He's trying the brave approach, and Nige just muscles him wide. You think you try and go to the inside there rather than the outside. It's the preferred line to try and take.
Yeah.
But Bloss is not falling away from Nige. Nige is not dropping him. So Nige is going to be a bit worried by this because they pitted not too dissimilar distances on times in terms of race distance. So he could stick with him very, very close.
That could help Emu as well, because if they're fighting, that time's dropping.
Oh, exactly, yeah. So Emu will be looking forward to this because Emu really needs to get his championship back on track with a few more wins to close the gap after that catastrophic retirement in Australia. So, yeah, exactly, and you can't get much more better than that. After F1 Nige won 6 on the trot, it's time to get some more in position. So, needless to say, it's a better chance for him. Bloss falling away a little bit now, but he's not too far behind. Cloud cover seems to be getting a bit worse from Sector 1, actually, so we may start to see some rain. And if that happens, anything's possible.
CD's in the pits in 10th place, will drop to last, I believe. F1 Speed's go past, he does. F1 Speed's doing not too bad that time, he's just been in the wars a little bit. And...
Yeah, he did say, he's still getting accustomed to the pace of this division. He was my teammate in GP2 when we both raced there. So, obviously, he's still getting accustomed to the pace. We're going back to Confused Emu, though. He's just about to go to the hairpin at the stadium section, just as Lewis Hamilton's coming up to the end of Sector 2. That's a huge lead. That's at least 10 seconds. Now, in the meantime, F1 Nige, again, he's not dropping Bloss at all. There's about a second between them, but that cloud cover has got worse. So I think we are going to see some rain in about, I'd say about 10 to 15 laps if the cloud cover continues at this rate. And the last thing anyone like Emu wants at the moment is rain. You want to keep it nice and smooth, nice and simple, and just do your best to get the hammer down and take the victory.
Indeed, you're right there. But let's go through. So Perez is in 5th place, Star in 6th.
You remind me of your PlayStation comment today. I half expected to go you right there, Murray, at that point. In the meantime, Rapid Claw is closing up very quickly now on Inmate, but his tyres look very, very bald, actually, Inmate. He's got the options really, really down to pretty much the rims. So he's doing well to get pace out of those. They're not easy to drive when the options fall away. DRS flap is now open from Rapid Claw. He's fighting in 8th place. It's a middle position, but points mean prizes at the end of the day. He's too far behind him, made able to close the gap here, and he's going to have to wait at least one more lap. In fact, he's outbraked himself and almost gone off at the hairpin. Not the ideal line.
Well, they're coming to about half race distance now. He's had it quite well. He hasn't had it easy, but he's at the moment he's seeming to be quite a long way ahead. But you look at the likes of Nige and Lewis Hamilton.
What's happened is everyone's tripped over each other, haven't they? Yeah, everyone's just tripped over each other or got the unfortunate penalty, and he's kept himself quiet. In the few races I saw before my vacation, you could see that he was getting a bit ragged and getting in the walls a bit and really getting out of control. Here he's actually just knuckled down, and those 2 wins certainly seem to have buoyed his confidence, and the old emu's back. So we're only at halfway point through the season, so a few more wins, and all of a sudden, boom, we're back.
Lewis Hamilton's back into P2 now. He should do a prime final stint, I think, but see how that one pans out. Nige in 3rd place. Obviously, Ross in 4th. They're each about 2-3 seconds behind each other at the moment, so
A bit of a gap falling. Now, I've had a question from the stream, from Apple Originals, asking out of interest, what kind of consoles are we looking to race on next season? Hands down, the PlayStation 4. I don't want to use a system where I have to check in online, where I'm spied on by my camera, where I don't own my games, where I can't share my games, and where I'm constantly having to pay a lot more money for it. Screw you, Microsoft, I'm going Sony.
I think it's tough, because obviously we've based ourselves on the Xbox, so it's a chance maybe to race on more than one console for once, but yeah, it does say bad. It's all speculation at the moment, that's the thing. I don't think we really know all of the facts about the console, so until we do.
The people wondering, by the way, that screw is a lot more toned down than my original comments. Believe me, I was far more gratuitous when I first read all the specs for it. I really was not very flattering towards Microsoft.
No, some of it doesn't sound very good at all. But yeah.
That's the understatement of the year.
I don't think it's quite fair to make any judgments until both of them are out, really. But because when they come out, we'll be halfway through a season, so we'll do the first season in 2013 on the 360, and then we'll see after that. CD's retired.
Meanwhile, Rapid Claw is just coming up towards the back of F1 Speed. Oh, and I think there was a hitbox there at turn 2, because F1 Speed suddenly seemed to lose all grip. Yeah, me, I'll say, people on the stream, what's your views on the next-gen consoles? Let us know. Meanwhile, CD, how was the race for you?
Not good.
Yep, he's left, he's not even made a comment, so evidently that says it all, doesn't he? He's not even bothered saying a word. Well, in the meantime, Nige now is actually close right to the back of Lewis Hamilton. He's very, very close indeed now. He's actually broke away from Bloss, and as a result, he's now very, very close. He's going to have DRS, and Hamilton might be on the option tyres, but he's not going to get away easy here into the detection zone, and there goes the gurney flap now. Although the gurney flap's not been opened, Nige may have a problem with his DRS here, and he's not closing at the rate that's needed, so Hamilton might get lucky. Meantime, CD, how was it like for you to race out there today?
Rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. The game's heavily bugged, it's heavily glitched, makes no sense, the setups make no sense. It's rubbish. Absolutely bollocks.
Well, in the meantime, sorry to cut across your round, but F1 Nige is looking to go up the inside towards the stadium section, and that's a masterful piece of driving from F1 Nige to take that position. Yeah, so...
Any incidents in the race for yourself? Or?
Yeah, fucking first lap.
Yeah,
please mind your language on the stream, please, CD.
Huh?
Please mind your language while you're on the stream.
Yeah, we've got the first lap. Right, can't really do that, but... Right, sorry guys, we're back. Just had to have a nice chat with
Nice one, Dan. I couldn't wait to the end of the race.
No. It doesn't matter now anyway. We're back on. Lewis Hamilton. Oh, no.
Oh, what was that?
Who is that who he had the tangle with? Star?
That's someplace Star, I believe.
That's just silly.
Yeah. That was pathetic. XRL Elite's now gone through on his teammate thinking, okay. Well, that's just summed up Lewis Hamilton's day, that, hasn't it?
He's been quick,
really
but then
amazing,
as soon
really
as he
good
gets...
pace, but he just can't convert it.
That's the same with Star. They're both like each other, apart from they're just tangling with each other or other people. It's just like, what can you do about that? Star must be so annoyed. So I think he did something with inmate as well. And we didn't quite catch that. Maybe something we need to chat with some of the guys about. But that's not good.
No, it's not. Meantime, though, F1 Nige is now running in P2 after the cloud cover's got very thick now, so they might see we'll try and stay out as long as possible. Up in first place, though, Emu's got this race in the bag. He's already coming up towards the end of the stadium sector as Nige starts it. That's a colossal difference. I'd say at least 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's that penalty that's done it, though. It's that start of the race penalty for Nige which has done it. That's all it is.
Exactly. That penalty has completely robbed Nige of any... Well, I don't say robbed him of any chance of victory. We've got chance of rain yet, and we saw in Valencia, get the tyre call wrong and you can lose a minute and a half.
But the thing is, and it's Nige's strategy as much as anything else, he started this race on primes and he could not get to the front. He's put himself, fourth or third on the grid. No, that's not... You're putting yourself in trouble there and you're asking for it. What? If you've got the pace, go put yourself on the front.
Because you think of someone like Nige, who's really known for getting out there and building big leads. You think he'd want to do the Sebastian Vettel approach. Qualify on pole, get a 2-second lead, break DRS and control the pace of the race.
Yeah, exactly. Don't quite understand.
Meanwhile, XRL Star is coming up behind his teammates, speaking of the Red Bulls.
Yeah,
he's down in 8th place now, Star. And he's got DRS open. Meanwhile, Elite's starting to weave a little bit. But he's gone at the outside, and that move is pretty much done. But Elite's thinking about coming at the inside, I think. But has backed out of it and realised there's no way through.
Yeah, the fights aren't so close out there at the moment, but F1 Speed, he's had a bad day, but he's got a point. Rapidcore, he's been having a good season, but 9th place today. He's not been on the same pace as the others. Lewis Hamilton has been quick, but struggled and has got the fastest lap of a 17.6. But that general just tangling with other drivers has cost him dear. But coming on board with Ely on the prime tyres, he will have to pit again, no doubt. So Nige, so I'd say these two places are pretty much
They're
sorted.
waiting for the rain, though.
Well, yeah, that's true. When will the rain come? I'm sure they must be starting to get messages because it has the cloud cover has increased. So, but Perez and Bloss are quite close.
Sometimes you get a cover like this, where it still stays dry. But
yeah.
It doesn't look good.
Right. I'm quickly going to get a quick drink. Right. The rotor's dry, so I'm going to leave on Perez. He's closing in on...
Dry. You've not even done all the bloody talking.
Yeah, I know, but I went for a run for about half an hour before the race and haven't had a drink since.
Actually, no, to be fair, you were talking with CD in a private chat. That's enough to make any man come off, right?
Yeah, I'll be back in a second, but I'm going to leave Perez and Bloss, whose battle is just developing a little bit.
just dived into the pits, actually, so this is really interesting now to see what F1 Nige comes in relation to it.
Nige
Emu's now in his box. Now, with the strange pit lane exit here at Hockenheim, Emu's just left his box now. This is going to be pretty tight, actually. But Emu's just going to come out behind.
Oh. Yeah, they're literally just coming out. He's just come out in front.
Oh, that was very close to going over the pit line. Oh, what's he done?
What?
He's lagged.
No. Nothing's happened.
he suddenly went straight on. Like
yeah, I got it as well.
I was like, what the hell? What's he doing?
Well, he's come out in a reasonable position, really. He's on fresh tyres. Oh, God. He's on fresh tyres and is in right behind Nige, so effectively got a pit stop. Although Nige will be on the option tyres later, I'd expect Nige to pit in about 8 laps.
You'd expect it, and also the key thing as well is the rain. That's the one factor that no one's accounted for. If that starts to fall, it changes everything.
Well, I'm not going to leave just yet, because Perez is close right up.
I think the tyres have really started to fall off. Perez has got junk all over us, though, so the handicap's back on the other side. At the moment, Bloss, though, is still doing a fantastic job to be third in merits. You know, he's not been involved in any real incidents. He's at good pace. He's done a fantastic job for a guy who's David Talent, so really good performance here. Now, in the meantime, Perez still keeping with him, though, and yet using as much of that runoff as he can. These guys are going at it very, very close indeed. Perez pushing the limits there. It was all 4 wheels off, I think. That was very, very close.
Close, yeah. I think the game will give you qualifying on that one, though. You can't really cut the inside.
But in the meantime, now he's going to easily have DRS here. Question is, though, will Bloss with Kurz be able to defend? Doesn't look good at the moment.
Bloss has tried the gearbox, but so does Perez, and easy move from Perez. Bloss is coming back.
No, because Bloss is not giving up. He's done that quite a few times, actually. He was doing it with F1 Nige earlier on in the race. He's not someone who gives in easily.
No, that's right.
He's now behind Perez, and again, with the short nature of Hockenheim, it's not always that easy to break away, and you can get like a touring car race, where every lap there's an overtake. You can literally get like that here, because of the lack of long straights other than that one towards the hairpin. So if you've not got the right gearbox in the right position, and you're not able to maximise the downforce through the stadium section, you're not going to break away. Now, in the meantime, Emu is not that far ahead of these guys, but he is closing on F1 Nige.
The thing
now,
is,
if he can get past F1 Nige...
Everyone else has to pit apart from Emu in that one, so...
Well, exactly. The question is now... Oh, actually, Bloss is diving into the pits. He's decided that's a good time.
Yeah,
so in the meantime, Perez got a bit of a breather.
He's going to come out very, very close to the 2 people behind who are inmate, and I think that's Lewis Hamilton, these 2.
So in the meantime, up ahead, Emu is well within DRS zone of F1 Nige now. He's trying to make a pass just for the DRS line. Indeed, there he goes. Fantastic piece of grip from Emu. Now, F1 Nige has slotted into the air behind the back of Emu, but he's not going to close that gap, and F1 Nige has conceded the fight. So that now theoretically means Emu now has a pit stop in his pocket. Fantastic driving here.
Odd one here, but Bloss has gone on to options with 22 laps left. He must have had a rain call.
Definitely. He's been told rain's going to come in 15 minutes, so on his fault. Now's the time to go in, get some fresh boots,
and use the max
laps down, absolutely tear them to shreds, and then see if you can jump a few people. It's not a bad strategy. Again, he's a David Taunt, so the expectations of him aren't that high, so he can be as obtuse as he wants. In the meantime, F1 Nige is not dropping away from Emu, despite the older tyres. Emu's managed to gap him straight away, but has he done enough to get away from DRS? Looks like it.
Bernie for president, everyone's saying. Well, not everyone, just Clark's. Well...
Clark's is delusional. Now, in the meantime, Lewis Hamilton is following behind the back of him, mate. Just coming up towards the pit straight now, and he's only about half a second behind, so I'd expect these two to be very close during the DRS zone. As I say, if you're for president, I'm from Emperor. Now, in the meantime, he's going to try and get the DRS zone here down towards the hairpin. Got to be careful to not overtake during this turn before it, so you don't lose the advantage. And of course, Hamilton's on the option tyre, so he's got more grip, especially as the temperature will start to drop with the cloud cover forming. He's right under the wing here, and he's just going straight on the outside. Thank you very much. That was easy as taking candy from a baby. XRL Star, he's down in 7th place on his own now. He's got a nice bit of a gap behind him. Rapid Claw's the same, down in 8th. Down in 9th, Elite, the same. There's quite a lot of gaps aside from the duel that's going on at the front. Yeah, because Emu's only just crossing the start-finish line now, with Nige in 2nd place, about 3 seconds adrift. But Bloss's done really well because he's in 4th place and he's on fresh option tyres. So he's got the chance to really take advantage here because Inmate has not fallen away from Hamilton despite being on the slower tyre. He must have a setup that's far better through the stadium section because I can't think of any other reason why he'd be able to stick with him. Inmate goes all 4 wheels off though. He's pushing the rules in my opinion. I'm not happy about that. We've said many times before that if you keep on going across the inside of the corners, we'll give you a penalty. And he's getting very close to one now. But he's going to have the DRS now on Lewis Hamilton. But again, he's not closing up on him. That's a real surprise. He gets topped out too early. Oh, but meanwhile, Hamilton's gone wide. He's made a mistake. And Inmate
no,
right
it's a
underneath
hitbox.
Oh, it's a hitbox, right. Well, Inmate should let him through to do a decent thing here. That would help, getting a poor exit. Oh, Hamilton nearly had into the back of him. He had to get out of the gas. Coming into towards the stadium section, Hamilton's very, very close. This goes very, very wide, Inmate. But he got a better exit out of the next corner as a result. It's such a catch-22, that section.
Yeah.
You can go wide and get away with it. Lewis Hamilton now following him, mate. He's gone very wide.
Has already gained.
Close the gap.
Has it? It's quite,
yeah, it's been a big gain, that. Look how close he is. Seriously, he's going to be almost alongside him before the DRS line. And the question is, though, will Inmate, Lewis Hamilton's gearbox, and yeah, he just time is through. Well, it's no sign of the rain yet, but it's 19 laps to go, viewers, so there's plenty of time for it to appear. Inmate desperately trying to keep the gap close. We're going to follow these guys. It is the closest battle on track at the moment. Oh, Inmate's got all 4 tyres off there towards the stadium section. Got junk all over his tyres. Yeah. I don't know what that was about. That was a horrific line. He's still close enough to Hamilton, but he's dropped back a little bit. I think the tyre junks just ruined his run through the stadium section. And again, he's pushed the limit as far as he can go on the final corner. Good driving. Oh, that's every lap he's getting very close to going all 4 wheels over him.
That was alright though. I think that was just about alright.
So I'm sure we're watching Matt to keep an eye on it, but he's got to be careful here. If you do it too much, you will be getting a penalty. And if you're watching this from one of the lower streams, be warned, we do give him out. Inmate's topping out so he's got too short a gearbox, and as a result, a hitbox again. Gotta be. And this time he's pulled off and let him back through, so that's fair play. He's also got junk on his tyres as well, so he's definitely made sure he got no advantage. Meanwhile, Hamilton... Oh, he nearly lost the back end there.
Yeah.
He's starting to struggle with those marbles on his tyres. They can really ruin your grip. And the question as well is, has the track temperature fallen? Hamilton takes a little more track than he's allowed there. He has a bit of gravel on his tyres. Goes wide at the hairpin. And Inmate gets a better run as a result of it. So Hamilton may be feeling the pressure a bit. Inmate almost... Oh, what was that? Was that an attempt to go to the pits? I really don't know what to make of that one there, viewers. And Hamilton's weaving all over the track. Hamilton just weaved twice going down towards turn 1. Like he was deliberately shutting the door. And you're not allowed to do that in F1, as you all rightly know. There goes the DRS flat from Inmate, but again, we notice that his gearbox is short compared to Hamilton's, and he has topped out. But Inmate's going at the inside, he's committed to the move, he's got the brakes done, and that's an excellent piece of overtaking there, superbly done. But Hamilton's stuck with him on the option tyres, with the extra grip, meaning you can follow him out on the fast straight, coming down towards the hairpin that starts the stadium section of Sector 2. Not close enough to make him pass there, Hamilton, so he's going to have to sit back, keep his tyres out of danger zone, and try and plan his next move. But once again, Inmate goes all four wheels off on the inside there at the start towards the stadium section, and it throws him wide because of the junk on his tyres. He's gained no real advantage, but it makes you wonder just why he's doing it. It seems like a very erratic line, and again, he's taking far too much curb. It's like he's desperately trying to get as much of the track used as possible, and taking more than is allowed. He's being a bit too greedy. Oh, and Hamilton appeared to go all four tyres nearly off there, and nearly went right into the back of Inmate as a result. Being awfully quiet there, Dan. You got anything to say?
I'm just keeping an eye.
Now, meanwhile, DRS, the much better gearbox from Hamilton, and that move looks like it's done, but he's on the outside here. Inmate's got the better line, he might be able to defend. Will Hamilton be able to cut back underneath him? No, he can't. I've had a request for the top three. I'll give you that brief rundown while I can. First place is F19, is confused EMU. Second place F19. Third place, Sergio Perez.
Perez has done a great job. I can't quite put it into words because last season he was regularly finishing last, and now he's.
It's raining. It's raining in sectors 1 and 3.
It is indeed. So 16 laps left, 19% rain. Might rain for the rest, but I doubt it. I think it might just dry up towards the end.
Commentator's curse. It's now started getting heavier at the pit straight. No, I'm not making that up.
Yes.
So, here comes the rain. Well, this spices things. This changes the game somewhat. Now, does that mean Inmate, who's got a little more downforce by the looks of it than Hamilton, he'll be liking this. Conditions will suit his car a little more. But up ahead, there's a bit of a duel going on there. Is that between... yes, Perez. He's caught right up to the back of F1 Nige. Nige is really struggling all of a sudden. In fact, Nige has spun and gone off track.
Nige is gone. Well, I think he was trying to get to 52. That was the number I was expecting him to pit on, 51, 52, and his tyres have just gone. Which is such an awkward...
It might be too early. It's sliding all over the place. I think he might just going to take the gamble and go on the intermediates.
It's surely too early. A lap. It's 1 lap early.
Let's see what he goes for. What are the tyres?
Well, I think he's got...
They're going to have to be Inters, surely.
Yeah.
They are Inters. Right, I'm going to ride on board. Going to see exactly how he does this, Ian. There's moisture coming off in the pit lane.
Bloss,
so the pit lane might be wet enough.
Bloss is in, and he does the same.
Yeah, now this will be interesting because if Inters got it right,
so is Lewis
I think
Hamilton.
they've just called this right. Now EMU, up ahead.
Rapid, yeah, this is the right time. In the last sector, it's the right time.
But then you've got the middle sector here. Now, riding on with Nige coming to the end of...
EMU now coming up to the stadium complex and is taking it pretty casually through there, making sure he doesn't do anything silly. Slowing the car right down.
Yeah, the stadium sector's just far too wet.
It is. And we've got Perez in second, he's about 10 seconds behind, and he's keeping it very slow.
Oh, someone's just gone off the road ahead of Perez. It's F1 speed. And in fact, Perez has gone off into the gravel too. That hairpin's soaking wet. Now, look at EMU though, he's got a huge lead here. Now the question is, F1 Nige, he's just coming up to the hairpin now at the top of the, top.
This is
I
close.
think he's just going to get, EMU's just going to get away with it, but he is going to lead Perez, no doubt about that. In fact, I think Perez has spun in the pit lane. In fact, yes, he's definitely got lead Perez. Now the question is, will EMU be able to get the tyres up to temperature quick enough to fend off Nige? This is where it becomes the true test of class now.
And where's Bloss?
It's about 7 second difference.
Bloss is in P4. But it's like
Just coming through turn one.
yeah. So Perez has just gotten away with it.
Yeah, Perez has just got away with it. Now the question is, will Emu be able to get his intermediate tyres up to temperature and get enough grip in them on this greasy surface? It's about 8 seconds maybe between them, and Nigel's had that extra acclimatisation lap. But if you look at Sector 2,
look at the blue
there's
sky.
a gap in the clouds.
Yeah.
I was about to say, there's a gap in the clouds.
This isn't
is
over
going to get
yet.
interesting.
This is not over by a long way.
Why is it always raining in the F1 division?
I know, every time I speak to Nigel about it, and he's getting really annoyed with it. He's saying, right, what we should do now is force you should decide what conditions are going to be at every race and not tell everyone.
No, that'd be a bit unfair. That'd be a bit silly. That'd be making too much like a computer game.
So,
like Bernie's plan. Right, turn on the sprinklers.
Who knows? I might be doing that right now. With the amount of rain.
Question asking if Pete is... Oh, actually, Nigel's gone back in the pits.
What?
Is he going for wet?
No way. Though having said that, Perez...
Or has he got to try... No, there's a pit crew out. What's he going for?
I think Perez
He's gone for wet. He's gone for full wet.
Oh, Perez is spun at the final corner. So, yeah, I think it is wet.
Oh, this is interesting.
Bloss pits as well, presumably for wet. Inmate is struggling through these
stayed
final...
out.
And Inmate goes in.
Let's have a look how Nige takes his first few corners. No major problems I can see, but he took it a bit gingerly.
The problem is Nigel's going to have to go from wets into dries, whereas the others who stay out, they may be a little bit slower for the next lap or two, but they're only going to have to go into dry.
I think he's got the track position, so he's got the advantage here. You know, it might be worth his condition letting them stay out for a little while, just to see if they get any faster.
Perez is struggling.
Because at the end... Who's struggling?
He is really not thinking it.
Let's have a look. Through the hairpin at the final end of the stadium section. Yeah, he's almost spun actually. I think it's Sector 3. Again, Sector 3 is getting wetter than anywhere else. Now, Nige, the gap's closed here actually. It's not by much. Yeah, I thought it would be. Now, the thing is, Nige is only just coming around the hairpin. Ooh, yeah. I think Amy's just going to get away with this again.
What do you think?
It's not going to... It's going to be close.
Do you think?
You're not very good at sarcasm. Your intonation's wrong. If you're gonna do that, go. You think?
It's close.
I told you it was close, but he's going to just get away with it.
If Nige wins this race, he'll be unreal.
There was no place for your sarcasm anyway, because I was right. But yeah, the rain's really bucketing down through Sector 1 now. They've really called these conditions
the blue skies.
It's strange, isn't it? It throws you off. It was like this in Malaysia, where it looked like the sky was blue, and then suddenly, oh my god, it's raining. What the hell? It's exactly what's happened. Is that a game bug, or is that reacting conditions? I don't know. All I will say is right now on track it's very wet, and Nige is only about a second adrift of Emu. Battle is joined. Yeah, so it's very weird to look at the conditions with like that nice blue patch of cloud, that blue patch in the middle of it. It's strange. Where's all this water coming from? Has Bernie actually put sprinkles at Hockenheim? Won't put it past him.
Perez has dropped down to P5 now, making 2 errors on the tyres.
It's so easy to do. Get the conditions wrong and you lose out big time. But Emu and Nige, the pace is very similar actually. Nige isn't closing too much, but Emu's not pulling away. So it's kind of like they've got a bungee rope effect where they keep on closing and stretching out again. So these guys have got to keep it calm, keep it controlled. The track's not going to dry now in time. There's no way it's going to dry by the end of the race. So we're definitely going to be on wet tyres towards the end. But is it the full wets or the intermediates? That's the question. F1 Nige is still behind Emu, but Emu's started to actually pull a little bit of the gap actually. I think Emu's just got his car a little bit more tweaked. And he's feeling the confidence a bit more. He has shown more pace than Nige overall in this race. So it wouldn't surprise me if he just manages to hang on. But all it takes is one mistake in the wet, and you're spinning or you're crashing.
You spin once and that's it. You know, you can easily lose a position, and in this case, with it being the gap being so minute, it doesn't
But check out who's in third place. I'm in a fantastic race. Blossy. Third place on debut. Absolutely superb. Inmate's about 5 seconds of drifting from on the road. So he's going to have to fend the inmate off, but so far he's got the track position to do it. So I wouldn't put it past him to hang on. Going back to F1 Nigel and Emu though, again, the gap's just not coming down. These two are matching each other corner for corner. This is really close stuff, and these guys are going to know that they're on that knife edge, and all it takes is one slip, and the other one's through. So these guys have got to nail it every single time, and it's not easy to do that in these conditions. I mean, speaking of that, Emu's just gone off at turn 1, as I was talking about. Nigel's got the track position, and he is through. Nigel's in the lead. Down into turn 2, Emu made a mistake, the pressure got too much, and he goes off at turn 1. But he's got a fantastic position here to try and out-drag Nige down towards the hairpin. He's on the outside. This is going to be brave banzai stuff here. He's got through a track position at the moment. I think he's going to try and undercut Nige. Nige sees him coming. But Emu's not giving up, switching to the outside. These two have now got literally half a car length between them. But there's no DRS because of the wet conditions, so you've got to do it the long way around. But Nige has gone wide in the hairpin, started sector 2. Emu's got a little bit closer, but the gap's not closed down enough for a think about a move. F1 Nige now is really going to try and hang this together. Emu, as he knows, it's easier to chase than be chased in conditions like this, so Nige has got to be careful. And again, we are running out of laps. There's only 9 to go now, so anything's possible in the final 10 minutes or so of this race. Emu opening the taps now, trying to get closer to Nige. Through turn 1, Emu's got to be careful he doesn't go off. Ooh, that's very close to it. That corner's treacherous in these conditions, but Nige has actually slowed up a bit on him, and Emu's looking forward to this. Chance to get a nice drag here if he's careful. Oh, a little bit of a twitch from F1 Nige there. He almost seems to spin, lost the back end, and there goes the curse from Emu. But again, he's going to the inside of this corner, and that's putting him in the wrong position for the hairpin, and Nige knows it. Emu's got to be more intelligent and think about going the long way round at first, because then it leads to the short way round on the outside of the hairpin.
Yeah, look how much you've lost out of the exit of that corner, just from trying to go around the outside and then cut back. F1 Nige's a little bit more wise to that.
Exactly. At the end of the day, in these conditions, offline grip, it's not like real life where you get the cars in line effect. So if you take these conditions like that, you're going to slow down. You are better to get as close as possible to the back, go up the outside of the kink. Oh, he's almost lost it going into the hairpin there. His car appeared to fishtail. He managed to hold it though. Great piece of car control. And in fact, the rain's starting to slacken. We may see someone gamble on intermediate tyres very shortly here, because the train does seem to be slackening off. F1 Nige keeping the gap maintained, and Emu starts to close as the cloud is dispersing. Well, we've got 7 laps to go. There's no chance of it drying up, but it may get close enough for intermediate tyres. And as we saw in Valencia, call that wrong by 1 lap, and you are going from 1st to 5th very easily. Emu now has got his curse deployed, coming up to the kink, and once again, he's going on the left. He knows this isn't working. What's he doing? Now he's going to try and back off, go for the cutback, but Nige has planted his car right in the middle of the track. And as a result, Emu's got a bit of a better traction this time, so he's not lost as much time, but even so, he should know that move's not working. He's running out of laps. It's time to do something different.
Oh!
I don't mean like that. What was that?
Not like that.
Exactly not like that. That was atrocious. What was he thinking?
Maybe the tyres are starting to switch to intermediates.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, in fact, it stopped raining. It's actually stopped raining in sector 3. You couldn't make this up. You really couldn't. Literally, someone just turned the tap off then, because like Emu was halfway through the corner into the stadium and boom, the rain stopped.
Oh, I'm back now, by the way. It's been outside.
Yeah, Nigel's going into the pits.
They both have.
Yeah, so now this is going to be interesting. Who copes better on the greasy surface with the intermediate tyres. Meanwhile, we've got a back marker in the pits, which is going to make things more awkward. Has one of them been held up there, I wonder? No, they both got away with that. Now, let's see what happens here. Battle's joined the... Oh! Emu's front left tyre. Did that cross the line?
He's got close a few times.
Is that as a drying line appearing?
We're going to go on to dry tyres between now and the end of the race.
It's 6 laps to go. Feasibly as possible. And you would be about 10 seconds a lot faster on the dries if you can make them work. Ooh, this is interesting.
Loss and Inmate quite close at the moment. Where's Perez? I don't know. Where is Perez? He's now going in. He's lost his wing. Oh dear. It's gone from bad to worse.
Awesome. It has. Yep, there is now a dry line. And the Emu has made a catastrophic error at the hairpin going into the stadium, and it's thrown him off. I won't be surprised if he dives in for options this lap. He's lost about 20 seconds overall net time when you think about it here. There's a drying line appearing in sector 3. This is chaos. What the hell's going on? This is insane. This is as unrealistic as it gets. Now, I'm on board with Emu. Is he going to dive into the pits, I wonder?
No, I think it's a little bit too early. Maybe a couple more laps. It's not long.
But meanwhile, I'm on... Bloss is struggling, actually. He's really struggling. And the cloud is dispersed. The sky is blue. How far behind Bloss is Lewis Hamilton?
Lewis Hamilton's
in 4th place. Well, that's doing it quietly and doing it well if I've ever seen it. Superb performance. And meanwhile, Inmate is now in 5th place as well. So these guys are all close together. Someone's going to have to make the gamble. It's a question of who it's going to be. Oh, Inmate nearly spun it at the last corner. Lewis Hamilton taking the liberties of the first corner there.
Whoa, Inmate just loses it a little bit.
Yeah, and Bloss started locking up big time. I reckon, yeah, one of the back marker Red Bull has just spun out. I reckon this lap we're going to see people in for dries. Nige, you could call this a fluke win in many ways, but I'd say he's bred the tyres the right way and kept the conditions planted. And for that, you can't take it away from him. You really can't.
Yeah, he has got the condition. He's got the strategy right today. He's had his issues, but he's winning the race by strategy.
Emu stayed out. Yeah, but Bloss, whenever I'm riding on board with him, his rear tyres are spinning up. So I think, he might decide to gamble, or he might play safe and try and hang on to 3rd. It's a prisoner's dilemma, this.
I think it's just, if you go offline, you're buggered, aren't you? I think if you stay...
That's the problem, yeah.
That line isn't enough. There's not enough of it yet. Give it another lap or two. 64, 65, you'll be seeing people dive in. Or maybe you'll see Lewis Hamilton dive in right now.
Yeah, Lewis Hamilton's dived in. He pitted it early for intermediate tyres. Now, he might be thinking there's a chance here. In fact, it's been followed by Inmate, I think. Yeah, Inmate's reacted. Now, here's a question. Have these two gone early? No. Right, option tyres for Hamilton. And meanwhile, at the same time, Inmate options 2. So they've both dived in. So, well, let's keep an eye on these two. Inmate's just leaving the pits, and so is Hamilton. Got to be careful coming out.
Get on that dry line.
Get on it as fast as you can. Yeah, you can see here from sector 1, the line is definitely there. And the power is much more planted, goes over the curbs, risky manoeuvre, but yeah, you can see the power is able to get down here, Inmate. Hamilton too, they're both really putting the power down. Now these two may well do enough to jump the guys ahead of them, if they've called this right. But again, you've got to stay in the tram lines, go too far wide.
Oh.
Like Hamilton there. Hamilton's a classic example. Nearly spun it and Inmate's gone right through. You've got to be so precise. You have to be surgical with your car. Get it wrong, and you are spinning. But yeah, Inmate's really got the power down here, and he's pulled a nice little gap on Hamilton. Up ahead, someone is off. Oh, Inmate's followed him. And so has Hamilton. Both have gone off into the gravel. Now the question is, has someone up ahead pitted? In fact, yes, Blossy has pitted. Now the question is...
Nige is in the pits. Nige is pitted.
Now the problem... Oh, Blossy's gone onto prime tyres.
Why?
Yeah, good question. Why? Why would you do that? That's a massive...
Right, well, let's see how Nige does, because he's only about 5 seconds behind Emu, but then all it takes is a spin, so...
Exactly. No, Nige. Now, this corner coming up is the one where we saw both Hamilton and Inmate go into the gravel.
Yeah, very good.
You know, F1 Nige holds it much better. And look at the closing speed difference. He's all over the... And Emu spun. And Nige had to go off onto the grass to take the lead.
Oh,
and Nige this is unbelievable. Emu's gone back through. What the hell is going on? Emu's definitely in the pits now. Nige scored wide into the gravel.
Oh, no.
And as a result, Nige is going to be really slow here. He's got chunk all over his tyres. Emu's not going to leave him, but at the same time, Nige is showing how treacherous it is. And Nige has gone wide again. There is a dry line, but you've got to be precise. Yeah, for me, this is where you put it in lean and drive conservatively.
Yeah, that white line's getting a bit bigger, so the room for error now is decreasing.
But look at Emu. He's not far behind. And if he keeps it in the tram line...
It just takes one error, as we have I think that's a Williams graphic call there.
The back marker, getting in the way. Now Emu is stopping towards the hairpin. Ooh, he's got a bit wide and it's taking him off track. That's it, he's skated off. So Nige now back in sector 2. He knows it's two's right if instead of going back to Winters, but you've got to be so precise. Oh, he nearly touched the moisture and nearly went off there going into the stadium section. So treacherous, so easy to screw it up. But yeah, he's got the stadium section nailed now by the looks of it. But again, we've seen how marginal the error is. It's so easy to go wrong.
He's getting that right now.
Yeah, it looks like there's only 2 laps to go. Oh, but he's gone wide there, and that's going to slow him down. But it's not enough because Emu's only just coming up through the fast pit straight now. So he's definitely not close enough to close the gap here. Well, Nige looks on course to take an unlikely victory, but he's got to keep it in the lines and he's got to make no mistakes. He's pushing very close to the moisture, and all it takes is one little bit and you are off. So you've got to be careful here. Yeah, he's been careful there. He's been very, very careful for the hairpin, Nige. And I think he may just have done enough. Emu behind, coming up to the hairpin. He hasn't. He's got into the moisture and he's off the track. Emu's got it wrong again. Behind them, Inmate is now in 3rd place. He's jumped the prime shot Blosser as a result of the mistake on the tyres. So Inmate is going to steal the victory. He's got DRFs and maybe it's on a back marker. But I don't think he's used it. He must have some kind of problem. That Blosser is only a little bit behind Inmate. So if Inmate makes a mistake, he might be back on the podium here. Inmate and Blosser are about 2 seconds apart. And we're coming up to the last lap. As Blosser takes it nice and easy into the hairpin at the stadium section. The track's getting drier for a second. Oh. Mistake from Inmate. He's got 2. There's no way he can't overtake him. But Inmate's got off the track. And Blosser sweeps through into the stadium section. He's forced the error. There was no contact at all. Blosser, with intelligent driving, snatches the podium. And if he can hang it on for one more lap, he will score a fantastic debut on podium. Emu just holds it on this time through the hairpin, but he's definitely not going to win this race because at the moment F1 Nige is just coming into the points where we're going into the stadium section. He's held it together. He's into the hairpin. So there's only 3 or 4 corners left of Nige. He's just got to hold it together. Take it easy. Don't rush. You've got all the time in the world. The penultimate corner. He comes round the final bend but goes off. He's off into the gravel. Unbelievably, but he's got the time. He's got enough distance. And he's on the wet part of the track, and he has just spun over the line to take a fantastic win. In the meantime, a confused Emu follows through. It wasn't to be. A great effort. In the meantime, Blosser, he's just coming up towards the final steering section now. Again, take it easy. You've got no one behind you. He's got a back marker ahead, but that's not going to get in his way, surely.
Right, well, we've got Steve in the top 3.
We have, but in the meantime, Blosser, he's just coming through to the final corner. Don't do what Nige did. Don't go off the track. He's held it together, and the sensational debut podium for Blosser. Unbelievable driving. Lewis Hamilton comes through to take 5th place with Inmate ahead of him in 4th. But in the meantime, Hamilton's gone off into the gravel, and behind him, at the same time, XRL Elite just coming through the hairpin now to the stadium sector. So we'll go over to the podium interviews and Mr. Steve.
Steve, get the guys in.
Right then.
I'll get a picture of the results. You have to think with Rez actually.
There we
Rez
are.
finishing 7th. He was in the podium at one point. What was that about?
Hello there, F1 Nige. Hello. You just find everyone else finished. There he is. Who finished third? Was it Arblos?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright then, where to begin? Nige, just want to say I love you because I called it before the race started. I said F1 Nige is going to win this, and voila.
I don't even know what to start with that race. It's been such a tough race. The first lap I got a drive-through for no reason at all. I don't even know how to describe that race.
What was going through your mind when you went wrong at the start and everything was going wrong? You were just like, that's it.
In all honesty, I mean, everyone was just going far too aggressive, and I was trying to avoid incidents, and I got touched by Williams, and it gave me a drive-through thanks to Coldmasters. Went and served it, and then knew I definitely had to make the 2-stop work, and then obviously trying to chase down Emu and push him into pitting again before the rain came, because I knew he'd be quite marginal on the tyres. And he did make a stop, which it sort of narrowed the gap down when the rain did come. And from there, it was just a case of making the right calls and keeping up good speed. But I'm just literally speechless after that one.
That was a great race, I'll give it to you. Definitely the best drive I've seen. I'm confused Emo now. Where to begin? Oh, bad luck, buddy. Tell us what happened.
Messed up, pit stop at the end. Nige drove me in 1.
Right then. And Arblos. JGT. Oh, yes, nice. How was your first race?
It was alright. Stopped an extra 2 times in the leader and finished, 39 seconds off. Respectively, I wasn't very good in the rain.
Watching the stream, Swish was quite impressed with you. So that's a good thing when Swish is impressed by you. Good to say.
I thought I'd get criticised with that, but, you know.
It's a good race for all of you. Very promising future for you.
Right.
EU, bad luck, but better luck next race. And Nige, fantastic win, mate. Fantastic.
Cheers. I just really don't know how that race has even happened. From the beginning to the race to the end, it's just been a complete roller coaster.
Right, well, thanks, Steve-O. But GP2 tomorrow night, we've got F1 Speed. We'll be on the League Twitch channel, watching the likes of me, Cornish Gamers, and Red Snapper take to the track. Tuesday night, he'll be going around GP3 again, F1 Speed, and then on Wednesday we've got the double whammy of F4 and F5000. So great to hear from the top three. Will I turn the sprinklers off for Hungary? We'll never know. But we'll see you next week for hopefully another good pre-show from you and Just Keys, Steve.
By becoming a premium member, you will get priority over which team you drive for during the following season, setup and strategy advice from one of our own F1 division drivers. Entry into the monthly competition is included, with great prizes to be won each month. This includes the chance to win prizes from our sponsors, GT Omega Racing and GamePod.co.uk. 800 Microsoft points are also available to be used for creating your very own XRL gamer tag, but it doesn't end there. You'll also get entry into the XRL Fantasy F1 League competition. There's also a 10% discount on all store items, the Members Zone and Premium Forum privileges, and also some exclusive podcasts and newsletters. All of this and more can be yours for just $2.49 a month or for $24.99 for an annual subscription. Sign up today to start your enhanced Excite Racing League experience and get the upper hand on your rivals.